Can I make a meta threat from 2013 as competitive as possible right now in 2024?
I'm not good at letting love in, but I'm trying to make you think I don't need nothing. But I'm lying, I'm not good at letting love in, but I'm trying.
What is up, all of my beautiful dudes and dudettes? It is Darth Nash 6 here, coming at you with a new deck profile where we will make Evilswarm casually competitive. Yes, that's right, I am still playing Evilswarm. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back. Here's an updated deck profile. And if you're new here, hello! Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. If you want to see more content like this, where I try to modernize decks from many, many years ago. Now, as you can see right here, this, of course, is another Kashtira Evilswarm deck list. In today's meta, building a Protect the Tower style deck doesn't really work as well as it once did over a decade ago. And even back in 2013, it didn't really exist just due to the existence of Blaster, Dragon Ruler of Infernos. Yu-Gi-Oh! Once again has become a game of attrition and interaction. So let's just hop right into this deck profile so I can show you guys how I have built Evilswarm to play in today's meta. Kashtira Fenrir and Kashtira Unicorn are both fantastic, forcing your opponent to make difficult decisions on how to play around them, or they're going to get their cards banished face down, whether they're on the field or in their extra deck. They also generate advantage, Fenrir being able to search any Kashtira monster, with Unicorn being able to search cards like Birth and Theosis. And of course, the monsters that we add off of Fenrir are Scareclaw and Riseheart. Scareclaw usually helping us push for game in some way or just getting another body on board, and Riseheart being able to banish cards from the deck that we can more often than not reborn essentially with Kashtira Birth. And now for what we're searching off of Unicorn, of course we have Theosis and Birth. Theosis being able to bring out any other Kashtira monster from our deck, and Birth being able to help us gain advantage and push for the grind game. Do not forget that Birth also has a graveyard banishing effect. When your opponent has exactly 3 or more cards in their grave, you can banish a card when they activate a spell. And of course, we have 3 of essentially Fenrir the Field spell that lets you add a Kashtira monster from deck to hand. Now on to the Evilswarms. I know that this seems very unconventional, so please keep an open mind. If you were playing with or against Kashtira very regularly in April 2023, you're gonna understand where this is going and why I'm playing these ratios. It's gonna make more sense, you just gotta think about it. So 3 caster, because its effect can't be negated unless its summon is negated. He's our good boy, you know, he's our pal.
Because he's my best friend, he's my pal, he's my homeboy, my rotten soldier, he's my sweet cheese, my good time boy.
Next up, 3 Hresvelg. Now, you're probably wondering, Nash, why are you playing a 3 of this random level 4 winged beast, you know, Evilswarm Gusto? Because it's a level 4 winged beast, you might understand where this is going now. The only problem thing is that you have to play this at 3. It's kind of like when you had to play the equip spells during the Goki heavy format with, you know, all the U-links and all that stuff. It does nothing on its own, but it is still needed at 3. And lastly, we have Kirkion and Mandragora. Most people understand the purpose of Kirkion. Mandragora is just a good going second card, being able to help you establish your Ophion. And Kirkion just at 1 because it's a great top deck, but you don't want to see it in your opening hand. I don't play Rescue Rabbit since a Riseheart is banned, and Rescue Rabbit does nothing to bridge the archetypes together now due to that. And because there's no Rescue Rabbit, of course, I'm not playing Heliotrope, which essentially is a worse Hresvelgard. And of course, to finish it out for the Evilswarm cards, we've got 2 Infestation Pandemic, otherwise known as Evilswarm Forbidden Lance. It's searchable off of Ophion, but it is a fantastic card anyway, just to seed, just giving all of your Evilswarm cards blanketed protection against spells and traps is beautiful. It's fantastic. Next up for the consistency cards, we've got 1 Reinforcement of the Army. It searches Rise Heart and Caster, so it's a good consistency card for consistency's sake. And then, of course, we've got triple Pot of Prosperity. Now, if you've been playing the game recently on Master Duel or really anywhere else, Kashtira is a bricky deck, and Evilswarm itself is a pretty bricky deck. So by putting those 2 archetypes together, yes, they are beautiful, and I love them so much, but they are inherently bricky. Pot of Prosperity just helps us break that a little bit. When you are building with rogue decks in mind, you need to think of any way whatsoever that can up the consistency of your deck to be able to play at a competitive level, whether you are playing casually competitive or competitive, period. Pot of Prosperity is just a fantastic card to have in our toolbox to be able to dig 6 cards deeper into the deck and fix our hand. And we play 9 hand traps. Ash Blossom, because it is the best hand trap. Dimension Shifter, because it is one of the 2 most annoying hand traps. And then triple Infinite Impermanence, because we like playing around the triple tactics cards. So that's it for the main deck. Even though Kashtira is not a super big meta threat on most people's radars at this moment, I felt like having main deck bodies such as Fenrir and Unicorn that can contest established boards for losing the die roll is a very strong sort of toolbox that we're able to have access to with this kind of deck to back up all of the Evilswarm plays. I mean, for Evilswarm, the goal is to get out Ophion and have Ophion be protected, and I figured what better way than just to have Kashtira Fenrir and Kashtira Unicorn on either side, sort of backing it up as, you know, Evilswarm's strongest soldiers. Now, going into the extra deck, we have the card that everybody loves to hate, Evilswarm Ophion. I'm playing 2 Ophion, 1 because it's a great thing to just banish off of Prosperity if you know that your hand's good enough anyway, and 2, in case you need to go into the grind game. It's almost like a new version of Mystic Mind. You get rid of 1, you feel amazing, and then your opponent just drops another on you. And it's in fact very easy to get out the second Evilswarm Ophion as long as you have any very searchable way to get to the other Evilswarm cards. And our last Evilswarm monster is 1 Steel Swarm Origin. This card is insane, and I did not realize until YCS Philly how strong it is. Being able to force your opponent to play Master Rule 4 it's so annoying. These link arrows, the moment Steel Swarm Origin is on field, your opponent must special summon from the extra deck to an arrow that this points to a zone that its link arrows point to. I love that. I love that so much. For the rank 7s, we've got 2 Shangri-Ira and 1 Big Eye. Sometimes your deck is just going to devolve into Shangri-Ira control, which is okay. You are more than welcome to run any of the other rank 7s that exist in the game. These are just what I have had on hand and that what I've been playing with for quite a while, and I very much enjoy it. Now, we also play 2 Raid Raptor Arsenal Falcon. Hopefully you now understand why I am playing the triple Hresvelg. It's because any single Kashtira Fenrir or Kashtira Unicorn in your opening hand will resolve in full Ophion combo on board. And what are you going to do with these 2 leftover Arsenal Falcon after you've used them both to special summon 2 Hresvelg? Because Arsenal Falcon is not a hard once per turn, you're going to overlay them into number F0 Utopic Future. And then once you've got number F0 Utopic Future, you're going to overlay into Utopic Draco Future. So your end board will almost always be a Utopic Draco Future with an Ophion with a set Infestation Pandemic. Utopic Future Draco adds that added protection of being a monster effect negate on top of the spell and trap protection that Infestation Pandemic gets you. So this is just a very, very good way to set up a very hard to work around established board. Now, the last 4 cards are what almost every deck with a competitive mindset is playing. We've got Zeus, Typhon, IP Masquerena, and SP Little Knight. For Zeus, this is an Xyz heavy deck, so you're usually going to have Zeus as some sort of protection. Typhon is a very powerful card, along with IP and SP. Most games are now a game of attrition with SP controlling the board. And on top of that, if you've got SP controlling the board, you're also just going to be playing Baron, so you can keep on activating Baron. We play Ash in the deck. That gives us a level 3 tuner to synchro with our Kashtira monsters if we do have the extra Kashtira cards to sort of give us like Nibiru protection or something along those lines. So now that you've seen the deck, let's shuffle it up, play a test hand so I can show you what essentially the main combo of the deck is. I've gotten this deck to a consistent enough point where really any hand will result in Utopic Draco Future with an Ophion on board. So let me just shuffle it up a little bit more. Give it to my opponent to cut. I'll just cut it again. Okay. Here we go. And we'll draw the top 5 cards, see what we've got. Evilswarm Hresvelg, Kashtira Theosis, Kashtira Fenrir, an Ash Blossom, and a Dimension Shifter. We are ready to go. Now, what's weird about this is that sometimes activating Shifter isn't going to be the best thing for us. But actually, it might be. No, it won't. Don't listen to me. Oh, yes, it will. Okay, so first off, of course, we're going to activate Dimension Shifter. That's going to stop our opponent from activating Droll and Lockbird on us and saving us in a way. So we are going to special summon Kashtira Fenrir. Fenrir's effect is going to bring, since we have Theosis in hand, we're going to bring Kashtira Riseheart to our opening hand. Now we are going to special summon Kashtira Riseheart. Kashtira Riseheart's effect we are going to activate to banish that Kashtira Fenrir. Now we're going to activate Theosis, targeting Fenrir, to special summon Unicorn. Since Theosis is being banished due to Dimension Shifter, we're going to activate Theosis to add Kashtira Fenrir back to our hand. Now we're going to activate Unicorn to add a Birth to our hand. We are going to overlay Riseheart and Fenrir into our first Raid Raptor Arsenal Falcon. We're going to activate Falcon's effect, detaching Fenrir, which will get banished, to special summon Evilswarm Hresvelg. Now we are going to activate Kashtira Birth. Birth is going to special summon our banished Fenrir. We're going to overlay that and Unicorn into our second Arsenal Falcon. Arsenal Falcon, we're going to detach a material to special summon another Hresvelg. There we go. We are going to overlay our 2 Falcons into Utopic Draco Future, and then we're going to into F-Zero, and then we're going to overlay into Utopic Draco Future right there. Now we're going to use our Birth to normal summon a Kashtira Fenrir, and we're going to overlay into Ophion, Ophion's effect. We're going to add Infestation Pandemic, set the Pandemic. So we are pretty set. Neither us nor our opponent can special summon anything level 5 or higher. We've got a point of interaction with Kashtira Fenrir. Infestation Pandemic is going to protect our Evilswarm Ophion, and we've got a monster negate with Utopic Draco Future, along with an Ash to stop our opponent from doing anything, and until the end of your opponent's turn, everything is still banished. Well, I hope you guys like this new version of Evilswarm in this updated deck profile. I do feel like this is a serious meta contender right now, mainly since the fact that Ophion can stop Rescue Ace, Fire King, honestly anything with Diabellstar, Diabellstar, Labyrinth, Branded Despia, Centurion, anything that uses the Horus package. This is a very hard board to break, and it's easy enough to play around most hand traps. Remember, at the end of the day, you can just sit on an SP to control the board. So remember, if you like these kind of deck profiles, please do not forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so that you can join all of us beautiful dudes and dudettes. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you around.